The Phoenix Suns, from a talent standpoint, easily have a top 15 team in the league, yet they're ranked at the 11th seed in the West, even falling behind the nursery home team, the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, this season has been a disappointment, and before we try and put the blame on injuries, it's important to note that their best player, Kevin Durant, has played in all but 13 games, and their second best player, Devin Booker, has played in all but 6. Though the Suns finishing last season as the 6th seed in the West can be viewed as underwhelming, their current seed this season makes last year's seed look like they won a championship. So, with one of the most talented and by far the most expensive roster in the NBA, why have the Suns failed so miserably this year? Let's take a deeper look at their nightmare situation. Firstly, let's address the obvious at this point. Bradley Beal, a player with one of the worst contracts ever, should have never been brought to Phoenix. If the crazy numbers and clauses in his contract wasn't enough to make the Suns management say hell no, then the situation definitely should have. It was illogical in the first place to bring another ball-dominant star who happens to play the exact same position as one of your other ball-dominant stars to a team that also has Kevin Durant. That's 3 ball-dominant stars, 2 of which at the same position, and no true playmaker to ensure the rock is properly distributed. From the jump, this trade looks stupid to me, and now that so many people are coming out and telling the Suns management, I told you so, it's clear that the general public was right in their prediction that this trio would not work. One of the many things that have gone wrong for the Suns in a span of just a year is the defense. Last year, the Suns were ranked 13th in team defensive rating. This year, they've gone down more than twice as many spots, being the 27th ranked team in this category. Causes for this team's defensive decline include them bringing in Tyus Jones, who is the 4th worst player in the league this year defensively, pretty much a human cone. Couple that with the fact that D-Book is having the worst year in his career on that end as well, ranking 6th worst, and Kevin Durant also having a career worst year in the defensive category, ranking 25th worst in the league. So 3 players on this team, 2 of 3 which are starters, are a part of the league's top 25 worst defenders. In KD's defense, he is 36, and it's pretty common to see older stars who still have relatively high usage rates decline defensively. Looking at guys like LeBron, Clay, and PG, for example. Regardless though, this excuse doesn't make the Suns' situation any better, and what they've been in dire need of this whole season is defense. Another huge struggle for this Suns team this season has been rebounding. There's only 3 players on this team averaging at least 6 rebounds. Their center, Nick Richards, leads the team with just over 8 per game. Considering this, it's no surprise the Suns are ranked as the 23rd team in the league in the rebounding category. This low ranking causes the Suns to miss out on a ton of possessions offensively, which brings me to their next weakness, which is field goal attempts. One of the few things this team has actually done right is shoot the ball efficiently. They're top 10 in field goal percentage, and even top 3 in three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and true shooting percentage. However, what good is shooting the ball efficiently when you're not getting an ample amount of possessions for it to really make a difference? While the Suns are easily a top 3 team in terms of efficient shooting, they rank 28th in field goals attempted. It's like this team's one superpower has been nullified by the fact that they can't put themselves in a position to even use it. We all know that while Bradley Beal is approaching the world of the washed, Kevin Durant and D-Book are certified bucket getters, both of which averaging 25 plus points. But these 2 can only do so much. Kevin Durant is what he is at this point in the later stages of his career, and probably can't will a team to and through the playoffs as he once did in OKC. Book, on the other hand, has surprised me this season, as though he's still playing up to his standards. I expected him to turn up a little bit more and make a bigger leap this year. This leads me into the next reason this team has been such a failure this year, and that's mentality, because as most players and fans already know, this game is not just a physical one, it's a mental one. I truly believe D-Book is just out on Phoenix this year, and not even this year, but for the next, 5, 6, 7 years of his career. He's currently in his 10th season and has only ever even made it to the semifinals of the playoffs in 3 of those 10 years. Most of his time spent in Phoenix has been spent quote unquote rebuilding, and now it's all but inevitable that that's exactly what they'll be doing in this year's offseason too. Booker is a young talent who could easily be the second or third best player on a championship team, but for the majority of his career, the Suns have not given him the tools he's needed to be great. The likelihood of him being traded in the offseason is as high as ever when you consider KD himself is as good as gone, and Beal is likely the guy who's stuck there unless he agrees to leave due to his no trade clause. In an interview hosted by Draymond Green and Baron Davis, KD was very open to discussing his departure from Phoenix, saying, quote, "I didn't want to move," when explaining the Golden State trade that nearly took place at the trade deadline. Clearly, KD does not mind or really even care about leaving his teammates and his franchise behind. When players start openly discussing going elsewhere, knowing their teammates and coaches will catch wind of it, their hearts are no longer set on their current teams. So KD is virtually checked out. And again, it's safe to assume Devin Booker is too. Unless he wants to become part of yet another rebuilding situation, he's going to try and force the Suns management hands this offseason to leave Phoenix and go to an actual contender. At the beginning of the season, the Suns started off this year hot, achieving a record of 8-2 through their first 10 games. Since then, things have been virtually all bad, and they're currently fighting to even make the play-in. Fact of the matter is, for this team to win games, KD and D-Book, with the help of Bradley Beal, have to play nearly flawless basketball to outweigh all of their many debilitating weaknesses as a team. So there you have it. That wraps up this video. I thank you for listening to the very end. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what platform you're on. Make sure you're being notified. Hit the notification bell and stay tuned for more episodes. This is Jada Bates, and I'm out.